I think that was one of the biggest things of not having the flexibility to be able to pick up and go when I wanted to get sleep, a good amount of sleep. That was another one because I remember it was one point in my career where I was going to work, coming back home, not eating dinner because I was so tired and going to bed. Um, and times like that really put a spark in me to say, hey, Aisha, it's nothing wrong with trying something different.
Hey, kings and queens, thank you so much for joining me for the very first episode of Shalika Unscripted. Whoop, whoop. I'm so excited and I am glad you guys are here joining me for this episode. It's a very interesting and special episode. I cannot wait for you guys to meet one of my close friends. So we're going to get into that a little later, but first off, I want to tell you what you can expect. So this episode will be focusing all on career changes and taking a leap of faith. Now, I know there's so many of us out there, you're doing something 1 minute and you're like, I really love this. I'm enjoying this. This is everything. But then when another season comes, you're like, oh, I'm tired of this. It's time for change. I want to do something different. We've all been there. And that's what we're going to talk about. I know with me personally, there's a question that a lot of you guys have been itching to ask me, or you have asked me. So I'm going to answer that in a minute. But before we get to that question, I don't know about you, but I need a change of scenery, so give me a minute. Oh my gosh, not that. Whew, okay. All right. This is working. I can get with this. All right, this is more of my alley. So now we can talk about the question. I had to be in a little more relaxed, comfortable environment. So the question that many people have been asking me is, why did you leave news? Why? Well, I left news for a number of reasons, but one of the most important reasons for me is because I just wasn't happy, And if I'm not happy, I can't continue to do something because that's going to have a negative impact on myself and on others around me. This year is all about protecting my peace and my happiness. So I thank God that I made that decision. Don't get me wrong. I had a very rewarding time while I was in news. I met so many different people, was able to cover amazing stories, and I was able to interview people that literally are going to be in my life forever. So that's definitely a good thing. But it was time for change. So, you guys, we are going to just jump right in, and I am going to tell you a little bit more about this special guest before we bring her out. So this woman and I, we go way back. We met years ago in Nebraska. Yes, Nebraska. Go Cornhuskers. We met years ago in Nebraska, and it was an interesting time, but also a very rewarding time. I met some amazing people there. I was able to cover some stories that I will never forget. Like, literally, I met some lifetime friends, including her. Without further ado, I cannot wait for you guys to get to know her a little better, so I'm just going to bring her out. Everyone, I want you to meet my best friend, my sister, Aisha Aubrey. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey sis, how are you doing today?
Hey girl, I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much for being a part of the first episode of Shalika Unscripted. So we have a lot to talk about, but before we jump into all the good stuff, first off, I want to do a toast to you. And the toast is basically for more continued success. I'm so proud of you. You are genuinely one of the most amazing people I know, literally a beautiful person on the inside and out. So thank you so much for being you. Congratulations on the new job. And sis, to more years of us pretty much in our crazy loving friendship. We're a little crazy at times, but we love it. But more years for our friendship and then more continued success. Cheers to you, sis. And I'm excited to talk more about your new career change. That's exciting. So cheers to you, sis.
Cheers.
So we're just going to jump right into it, sis. So starting off, what is your deepest, darkest secret?
Oh my goodness. You are getting deep. Hold up. Wait, I wasn't prepared for this one. My deepest, darkest secrets?
I just wait. Don't answer that.
Wait. Wait.
wait, don't answer that. Do not answer that. All right. Now
I
we're gonna
won't.
really
I
go.
won't.
I had to do it. I had to, I had to mess with you for a little bit. A lot of people tend to think that the news life is glamorous, it's amazing. No, it's really not. I mean, you have to be passionate and love what you do in order to continue to do it. So with me personally, moving to Nebraska, I didn't know anybody there. Literally, I didn't know anybody there, didn't have any family that I knew about there. It was just me moving to a small town. I was in Hastings, which was not too far from Kearney. Me moving to a small town in the middle of nowhere where most of the time I was literally the only Black person at most places. So I mean, it was far from easy, but of course there were some highlights as well. And you touched on that. You meet amazing people, but just talk about the challenges. I mean, I know that's difficult.
Losing time with my family for holidays and friends with baby showers and weddings and just different little trips here and there and different things that maybe a person with the normal 9 to 5 job would be able to do. I wasn't able to do that.
Well, sis, just talk about the work you were doing. Because back then, it's a smaller market. So you are your own camera crew. You're everything. You wear all the hats. You're the reporter, you're the anchor, you're the producer, you're the photographer, you're everything. So just talk about that because we both were MMJs back then.
Yeah, so at pretty much all of my stations, I had to shoot, write, edit, and put this package together or VOSOT together for the newscast, run my own live shots without a photographer, set up lights, be in the middle of nowhere. By myself. Yes, by myself, running live shots. Yeah, it's people may think it's crazy, but that was a life, and I feel like it was something that we got used to.
What made you decide to leave the industry?
I had a feeling I wanted to do something different. I was kind of worn out, which is crazy. You would think to be in my early 20s, I'm worn out from work and missing seeing my family. And I think that was one of the biggest things of not having the flexibility to be able to pick up and go when I wanted to get sleep, a good amount of sleep. That was another one because I remember it was one point in my career where I was going to work, coming back home, not eating dinner because I was so tired and going to bed. Um, and times like that really, really put a spark in me to say, hey, Aisha, it's nothing wrong with trying something different.
With news, I know there were a lot of like layoffs as well. I mean, kind of just talk about that too.
I did experience a layoff, which was pretty just hurtful to me, especially starting out in my career. That setback led me to something way greater. Where I work now, I got that job by doing a simple Google search. And the company that I work for, I've worked for them. I've done some work with them when I was reporting back in Kearney, Nebraska. So that's how I got connected there. But it's a job that I really, really love. I still like pinch myself and I can't believe that I'm doing what I'm doing. And especially to think that 3.5 years ago, I was telling stories about this company and now I'm working for this company. So it's just come full circle. And again, just a huge blessing that I thank God for all the time. And yeah, I'm enjoying it.
All right, sis. So what advice do you have for someone who's contemplating, should I leave? I want to do something else. This is not what I'm passionate about. But obviously they can leave. Now make sure you can leave before you leave. But let's say they can't leave and they're we didn't tell you to quit your job now. No, that's on you. But no, if you can't leave and there's people that, they may feel like it's time for change. I want to do something different, but they're just scared. Because like you mentioned, like the transition can appear to be scary, but sometimes you just have to go for it and make it happen. And then you'll see that it's actually brighter on the other side.
Yeah, I would say go for it. Don't be afraid. If it's a passion that sparks in you to try something new, doesn't hurt to apply and see what happens. And then I'm a person of faith, so I always pray about something before I jump into it to make sure it's the right thing.
Well, sis, before I let you go, I have something up my sleeve. So we're going to play a nice little fun game. So this game is going to test your memory. So I'm going to say either a word or a phrase, and you pretty much have to tell me what situation comes to mind. And these situations are related to like time in Nebraska or even after Nebraska, but Nebraska is involved. Okay. So that kind of makes it a little easier for you because I mean, it could be anything. Like we've been friends for years now. So there's too much history. But are you ready to start? We're going to see.
I'm afraid, Shalika. I guess.
I have to do it. So there's going to be 5 different things. Now, sis, come on now. Don't let me down. Let's see your memory. This is involving our relationship, our friendship. I'm going to need you to get it together. All right. We're going to see.
Okay.
All right. So the first one, number 1, painting.
Oh, yes. Okay. Celebrating. Whose birthday? It's hard to know whose birthday was it. Forgive me because we both have birthdays in March.
In March, yes. Yes, happy belated birthday. She just had a birthday not too long ago.
Thank you. It was your birthday because you wanted to do it and you wanted to do the paint and sip.
Yes. Okay, you got number 1 right. That was a great experience. So number 2. All right. A situation, and we're not going to say any names of people, no one's names, not going to mention names, but a situation where I took one for the team.
I'm thinking about all of our stories, situations. Give me a little bit more.
Okay. If I give you this, you're gonna know. This involves a very interesting somebody. You called me and asked me to do this. And I was like, but I did it.
I called you.
You called me and asked me to do something.
Shalik.
I will say we both, I wasn't living in Nebraska at this time. So this is after I moved from Nebraska to Mississippi. You better get this.
I feel like I'm on the verge of knowing, but I'm afraid to say what this is.
Okay, just kind of hint. You can like say literally like a couple of words. You can say like a sentence, no names. That's a big giveaway.
Does this involve a guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you know, right?
I think I know.
Okay.
So if you want to provide me with another hint to make sure we're on the same page.
I was about to say, you can tell me a little more without, saying everything. You can tell me a little more just so that people can kind of gauge and understand what we're talking about. It does involve a guy. What did you ask me to do, basically?
Was it like a prank call?
Nope. No.
Okay, I'm getting terrible.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what? This is about to go on the wrong side.
I would really want to know what this is because I don't remember at all.
Okay, well, I'm marking
I have a feeling
wrong. Okay.
It involves a guy, but who knows what I asked you? Oh my God.
Okay. So it involves me basically going out to eat with someone, I don't want to say I did not really want to do it. I did it. But, I did it to be nice. I'm not going to say too many details because, I want to keep it a little vague. But do you remember now? Like you asked me to eat with someone.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, I'll do it. I just don't want the person thinking anything.
Yeah.
It's nothing like it.
I remember.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm glad we're the team. All right. Same team on that. So number 3, nightlife.
Girl, which nightlife? You guys
just think about out of all of our crazy situations.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Which nightlife?
Out of all the crazy situations, what's like the common denominator?
Is it a name?
We're not saying any names, but yes. Who's the common denominator? And what's one of the we're just talking about this memory too.
Yes. The person who will always show up randomly. and ask us a million questions. And you didn't understand anything they were saying. So I was playing a translator.
She was literally the translator. Like, I'm like, wait, sis, what did he say? Okay, you got that right. And you can get a bonus point if you can tell me the situation we most recently talked about involving that person that we're like, we'll never forget that.
Is it when he went out with us and bought us like drinks?
That, yes, but what's the situation? That's a part of it. But there was one situation and one night, and we were just like, like, do you remember?
I'm
And this is
trying
just
not to
bonus, huh?
I said I'm trying not to say his name without like. I feel like every situation with him was like fun, but kind of like, we're not going out with him again.
He was very embarrassing.
Yes.
I hope he's okay. But do you want me to tell you?
Yes, tell
Okay.
me.
So that was just a bonus point. But basically, the situation where we were going out with a whole group of friends, and then he was like, I'm only paying for you two. I'm not paying for the other people. And we're like, no, you're paying for all of us.
I remember that. Because that was embarrassing. Because it's like, oh my gosh, these other people came with us. I felt so bad.
Like, you can't just cover us. Like, you have to cover
Yes.
like the group. Like, girl, oh my goodness. Okay, so you got that one right. So we have two more left.
Okay.
So the fourth one, wine. And I know there's a lot of, we share too many memories. So you just have to figure out a highlight moment.
You know, I know this one, the winery. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep, you got it right. Okay. The winery. So the last one, we'll see if you can get it. All right. Bucket list. My bucket list.
Was I with you?
You were with me. You were with me. And then there was another person that was with us. One of your friends was with us. It was another birthday. It was my birthday, another birthday.
It was your birthday?
It was my birthday. If you guys haven't noticed by now, like, we're big on birthdays. Yes. Pisces. We're Pisces sisters. Like, we celebrate.
Yes.
Year round, but especially in March.
Oh my gosh, it's right.
You know this. I know it's on the tip of your tongue. I know it is because you were like, oh my gosh, this girl is crazy. Like, I mean, how many times have you said that?
Where were we?
We were, let me see. I'm trying to remember where they're located. We were in Grand Island. That was the spot, you guys. Grand Island, Nebraska. We were in Grand Island.
Was this at the Nebraska State Fair?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay.
A sporting event.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait, what were you going to say?
Was it softball?
Nope. There was a mutual friend that we knew that basically called me up to do something.
It's right here.
And you get bonus points if you tell me what I did, what I was called up to do. Keep in mind, there's a lot of people there. A lot of people there.
Shalika, I remember. It's right here. We were at like a club, not a club, but like, was it a bar?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, going down to the wrong. All right. So, okay. I'll give you another hint. Hockey.
Yes. That wasn't in Grand Island. That was in Kearney.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll give you half a point. Half right and half wrong, okay?
Yes. You had to play like this type of guessing game.
Yes. And I ended up guessing. It was some game. Yeah, it was a guessing game. And I had to like select, I think, the right shoe, or it was something on the screen. And I ended up winning. I can't remember what I won, but I had like my little moment. That was nice. But congratulations, you won. You won. Your memory is great. And like you said, we've shared too many times. But I do want to say thank you so much, sis, for being a part of the first episode.
And thank you for letting me be a part of this. I'm so proud of you. And yeah, this was great.
I hope you guys had just as much fun as we had. Thank you so much for joining us for the first episode of Shalika Unscripted. Please remember, you can do anything you put your mind to as long as you trust in God and believe in the process. I'm a firm believer of that, and I support any and everything you guys want to do. Now, on a different note, all this talk about wine and wineries has your girl feeling a little parched. So I'm going to have to go that away. But thank you guys again for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, all of that. No, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share. I can't wait for you guys to join me back for the next episode. It's going to be another great one. Again, kings and queens, thank you so much for joining me and being a part of this journey with me. I want you guys to always remember to do you, but of course, look good doing it. I'll see you guys next episode. Bye.